why it's important to have thermal energy storage, who are actually the customers that benefit with thermal energy storage, and what are the programs that we have for the customers in regards to thermal energy storage. I'm just curious to see who is out here. So if you guys can just introduce yourselves and then tell me your title and the name of the company, so I can get an idea on what to focus on when I give my presentation would be great.
Give me a second.
Mhm.
All right. I'm Vince Priolo. I'm with Train in Southern California. So I'm not presenting today, but I'll be here for questions, all that good stuff. I primarily work with owners and engineers designing thermal storage systems. So I already know. Good.
I am Luis Kim. I work with the Joseph Kim. Okay, so same company. We work together. All right.
My name is James Lee. I came from Village USA. We are interested in energy storage and energy solution system. So just out of interest,
My name is Robert Barber. I work with Edison. I'm the chief engineer for 7 buildings.
Victor Lozada, chief engineer for high-rise in Long Beach, Harbor Place Tower, the residential high-rise. So basically, we have a bunch of VFD drives and closed-loop systems.
I'm sales rep from Toros Energy Solution, and I'm selling the drives and the CAMA thermal energy storage systems. Yeah, thank you.
Hi, I'm Terry Andrews. I'm with CalMag, Thermal Energy Storage. I'll be the last speaker today.
Daryl King, I'm with Total Energy Solutions Sales Marketing.
Patrick Wu, Digitech, IT consulting company. I'm interested to expand our new business in the thermal energy storage system.
I'm Chris Scott. I'm the program manager at Edison for automated demand response, and I'll also be presenting today.
John Yee, Pacific Continental Textiles, interested in thermal energy.
I'll just wait 2 more minutes. We're just making, good morning, we're just making introductions in here. So can you please tell us your name, your title, and what you do? Which company do you work for?
It's kind of weird that walking in all of a sudden doing the introduction at the same time. My name is Brandon. Work with Patrick right here at Business Line.
Okay, wonderful. And I didn't want you to put on the spot, but I know there's a lot of traffic, so don't worry. All right, so I'm the program manager for the permanent load shifting. My name is, as you saw, it says Hilary Ochoa. I usually pronounce my name as Ijari, just to make it difficult. So what I'm going to show you is the background of permanent load shifting. What is exactly the concept? What are the benefits? I'm going to show you what exactly is the technology that applies for thermal energy storage. What is the budget that we have on SCE? What is the incentive? How we actually calculate that incentive? How customers can benefit from that incentive, and what they need to do to actually get the incentive. And at the end, I will just tell you what are who's eligible and what are the steps to participate in the program. And then if you have any questions, let's make it informal. I don't want to leave it at the end. I can, as I present, you can just ask. So the permanent load shifting program, I'm not sure if you guys are familiar, but we actually had a program in SCE a while ago, a few years back, and we were actually doing a pilot program, trying to understand what are the benefits and what is the market in Southern California, or at least in the SCE territory. And as a statewide program, we came up with all these design on a new permanent load shifting program. This got approved by the CPUC, and SCE was able to launch the program on July 22 of last year. As I'm mentioning, this is a statewide program, so what it means is SCE is also working with PG&E and San Diego to launch this program. SE launched first, then PG&E and San Diego launched a few months after. The program cycle goes from July 22 of last year until the end of this year. That means December 31st would be the last day that you could potentially receive incentives for this cycle. So December 31st is the last day that the customer could submit applications for these funds. So what is the concept of permanent load shifting? Permanent load shifting is a pretty broad concept. It really tells you to shift the energy from one period to another period. So the idea is to reduce all the demand that you use on on-peak periods, which is when the prices are higher, and then shift that energy at night when the prices are much cheaper. Who are our targets? Our targets are pretty much any customer that is in time of use rate. It could be from a small residential to actually large business customers. We see that the benefit is mostly, and the payback period is faster on bigger companies. So healthcare companies, accommodation, universities, colleges, large manufacturers, or large office buildings, government and institutions buildings are definitely great. And we have also, there's been some automotive and aerospace manufacturers that also have benefit from thermal energy storage. So the benefits for the permanent load shifting program is not only for SCE, but it's also for the customers. So we obviously work together to have benefits in both areas. So for the customer, as I said, they see reduction on their demand. They see savings immediately based on that reduction of their demand for the KW. And then they also are able to see improvements in their plant efficiency or the chiller efficiency if they have a chiller plant. And for SCE, well, we avoid the generation of costly generation plants, and we also make sure that with this reduction of peak demands or peaks for different customers, it makes the system a little bit more reliable. So what is thermal energy storage? Who's actually familiar with thermal energy storage? And who knows, besides Andrew or Train?
I can't answer.
Have any of you worked with thermal energy storage before, or you have an idea of what it is? No?
I was reading a little bit while we were waiting, something about you can store ice on top of coils or something to use the energy from the ice versus the electric.
Yeah. So thermal energy storage is actually a pretty interesting concept. The idea is to store some kind of energy and use that energy to be reserved in a space and then actually move it around somewhere else where it can be used. So there's different options of thermal energy storage. You can have cooling thermal energy storage, or you can have heating thermal energy storage. So I'm sure everybody is familiar with hearing thermal energy storage. Everybody has a tank of hot water in their house, do you? Or do you actually shower with like cold water all the time? So if you know how that works, it's the same concept. You have a tank that heats your water, and then it's being used as with the demand, right? As you need it, that's how you use it. That's in the concept of heating thermal energy storage. Now, if we go into the concept of cooling thermal energy storage, it's exactly the same concept, just for cooling. So the permanent load shifting program gives incentives for cooling thermal energy storage. So what does that mean? The customer can storage a big tank of water, and if you look at the bag, I have a banner there that it looks into like a facility, and you can have like those huge tanks of water, which would be chill water tanks, those tanks of water start getting filled at night with all that water and it start getting really cold. And that water that is cold, the customer can use it during the day, but how? So the customer in regular basis, they use air conditioning, right? And right now, with this hot weather, everybody's using air conditioning. So the air conditioning is running the whole day, and especially like today is, or yesterday is a great example. You start like 8 o'clock, their air conditioning is on. So you can imagine like what's gonna be the bill for this, in this case like the hotels, right? The bills are gonna be really high. So the